Hi again. This is orientation video number 3 for Introduction to Religious Studies with me, Dr. Nancy Rourke. The first video covered how the course works. The second video talked about grades and grading and assignments. And this third video gets into the nuts and bolts of the regular weekly routine. What are the deadlines? What happens each week? What are the expectations? How do you know what's going on? That kind of thing. Weekly work, as I'm calling it, is one of the grade categories for your final grade for this course. It's the grade category that counts for the most points, 60 out of 100 possible points for the whole course grade. And that's because I'm emphasizing just like the routine of learning the stuff, thinking about the stuff, ingesting it, processing it, producing some writing or some recordings or some, paper or something about what you've learned, and then moving on to the next week. Every week's weekly work is worth up to 5 points towards your final grade. Some weeks it will include participating in a discussion board online. Some weeks it will include answering some reading questions and submitting your answers to a Dropbox. Some weeks it'll include individual work, some weeks it'll include group work, and there may be other ideas that I come up with along the way. How do you know what's due and when for any 1 week's worth of work? Syllabus page 7 gives you a schedule of how all this will work out. At some point Sunday morning of any given week, the week begins, and everything on Desire to Learn that you need for that week will become visible. On any given week, all of the work must be handed in, submitted by 11 p.m. on the Saturday of that week. On any given week, when there is a discussion online required, a discussion board participation, then there'll be 2 deadlines for the discussion board. The first post will be required by Thursday evening, 11 p.m. The reason for that is that we need time to discuss. And because an online discussion board works asynchronously, students are posting at 11 p.m. and at 3 a.m. and at noon and at 6 o'clock in the morning and whenever they need to, whatever. So the first posts will be due by Thursday, and that will give us between Thursday and Saturday to talk to each other, respond to each other's posts, or give thumbs up to each other's posts, whatever is required for the second round of the discussion board's posting. Let's look at it. I recommend beginning with the welcome message. It's part of the assigned material for the week. It'll look a little bit like what you see here in the news item on the front page of the course on Desire to Learn. Every week we'll have one. Another place to look in understanding what's due for any given week is the course syllabus. All of the deadlines and the assigned readings are listed in the course syllabus towards the end, and the course schedule. The course schedule begins on page 14 of the course syllabus. The readings will almost always be right out of the assigned course textbook. I talked about the course textbook in the first of these 3 orientation videos. The course schedule also details if there are any videos that you need to watch, if there is a live lecture happening via Zoom instead of an in-person class meeting. The final thing to know about the routine for each week is Mondays from 1 to 4 p.m. I will be hosting live office hours on Zoom. To attend live office hours, you can just look at the D2L homepage where I will have a link to the office hours posted here under news. You don't need an appointment to see me during office hours. You can make one if you'd prefer. But if you just click that link and show up, I'll be there. I might be meeting with another student already. I might not be. I'll be sitting here in front of the camera doing homework and doing my own thing until somebody shows up. That's office hours for this course. So that was the third of the 3 orientation videos for Introduction to Religious Studies. Thanks for listening.